Hello and welcome back. Just picked up my bike from its 600-mile service and it runs exactly the same because there was nothing wrong with it. They didn't fix anything, which is great and probably what I expected, if we're being totally honest. It's a Yamaha, so, you know, unless I do something to it, not a lot is going to happen to it. What problem to have with a mass-produced, tried and true Japanese motorcycle. It's just a good machine and just works the way that it's supposed to. So that's cool. I can go all the way to 6,000 RPMs now. Super fun. I don't know what that's going to feel like because I'm so used to shifting at 5 that I will probably forget that I can go to 6. And I'm so used to what 5 feels like now that I'm going to have to like be looking down, staring to get it up to 6. But, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to ride my motorcycle and shift when it feels right, as long as I am not like over revving the bike, which it's pretty hard to do. You have to be pretty intentional about it. You can see this is 4,000 RPMs right now in 4th gear. I'm going 38 miles an hour. I'll just do wide open throttle. That was 60 miles an hour and I hadn't even got to 6,000 yet. I think this is a 35 mile an hour straight, so obviously it's got to be pretty intentional to over rev the bike, and you got to be trying to do it, at least on this bike. That's one of the things I like about it. In my first video, same thing, I had mentioned that this is great for me as a beginner because of where I'm at in life, and not necessarily skill level, because I would definitely classify myself as a beginner in terms of motorcycling, but it's not more than I can handle. It might be more than some people can handle, but it's by no means like an expert level bike, you know? Like, it's not like 1% of beginners will feel comfortable on this bike. It's probably a lot larger number, but it probably would be better for a beginner to start on a smaller motorcycle, especially if they were brand new to 2 wheels, or, you know, that's a Amigo scooter. That's pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, I forgot the intro part of this. I'm still new to YouTubering as well. Welcome back to THMOTO. Thunder Hips Moto. I am your host, Thunder Hips, aka Thunder, aka TH, aka that guy that you watch on YouTube. So now we are on our way to, whenever I say Target, I always think about that Vine where the T is flashing and he goes, "Welcome to Target." I love that Vine, and I think about it every single time I say it. So that's where I'm going, to the Target right now. Pick up some household essentials, prescription medication, because, again, middle-aged, pretty cool. But we're cruising down Cheyenne right now, watching people try to avoid hitting each other, and thusly avoid hitting them as well. So, what do you want to talk about? What do I want to talk about? You can tell me what you want to talk about in the comments. I will always read and consider ideas from others for topics, because I'm not that good at just coming up with random things to talk about. It's kind of weird, this whole thing, having a conversation with nobody in hopes that you're actually going to be having a conversation with somebody. It's kind of a weird concept, but a lot of people do it really well. I think I'm going to plan out some topics, things to talk about, whether it be motorcycling, beginner motorcycling, my experience with motorcycling, so on and so forth. One thing I can tell you right now that is on my mind is being scared of the freeway. So I feel pretty comfortable right now navigating surface streets. And don't get me wrong, I know the data is there to say that riding on the highway is safer than riding on the street because of intersections and cars negotiating going different directions of travel with each other. Oy! Obstacles in the road. Things on surface streets are not as well maintained as they are on the freeway. So I know all the arguments for why riding on the freeway is better. That being said, in my little rodent brain, it's fast. It's kind of sketchy. It's windy. Other cars are going really fast, merging. There's only so much data that you can get at one time. Like, see, I just changed lanes in the middle of, let's count the cars in front of and behind me, probably 11, 12 cars, but all of them were going slower than 30 miles an hour. I might have to do that same thing on the freeway, going much, much faster. I mentioned in my last video, again, another illusion, I watched a lot of motovloggers and motorcycle YouTubers. None of them live in Vegas. I'm the only one that I know of that is in Vegas. If I'm missing you, let me know in the comments. I will subscribe to you. And hopefully you subscribe back to me. Maybe we can meet up. Who knows? But for now, as far as I know, I'm the only one in Vegas. So, the speed limit here on the belt, the 215 beltway, they call it that because it goes around like a belt goes around your waist. At least I think that's why they call it that. Makes sense to me. But anyways, the speed limit is 65. Don't try to tell that to any of the people who are on it, because they are more than likely going a minimum of 70 miles per hour. It is a high rate of speed. We're going to go on it because views. Just kidding. I don't think going on the freeway will get me more views. YouTuber other than me does it. And almost every single one of their videos. I'm just, making myself lol. But yeah, it's scary to me. I know the data's there. I know that I should be less scared, but it's just fast. It's a lot happening. There's very little time to react. And if something happens, it's way, way more likely to be at a high speed. And it's way, way more likely to have an unfortunate outcome than something on the street. Obviously, head-on collision or T-bone, something like that at an intersection, I think that your fate... Oh, there's a motorcycle right there. Your fate is going to escape you very few times. Or I guess. But on the freeway, like if something happens and you end up putting your bike down or hitting something, you have to, I feel like, get so lucky to not get then run over by someone else or hit someone else or something like that, and just something that could be so minor can compound so quickly, and it's just scary, man. It just is. To me, anyway. I'm sure I will get used to it. I still remember the first time I rode my bike on the day I got my license, of course. Riding it on the main thoroughfare right by my house, the street that Taco Bell is on. It's called Lake Mead Boulevard. It's Taco Bell right there. The speed limit's 45, and it's kind of just a Vegas thing, honestly. It might be an everywhere thing. I don't know. I haven't lived too many places. I've lived exactly 2 places, actually, I should say, in my adult life. But everybody goes minimum 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. And if you go slower than that, you get honked at, cut off, flipped off. People do dangerous things to, at, and around you. But maybe that's everywhere. I don't know. So yeah, just going on Lake Mead, it felt like a damn freeway. You know, so to me, going on an actual freeway was unfathomable. I'm like, I am never, ever going to go 65 miles an hour on this bike. Cut to 7 days later, I went 70 on a surface street. You know, so it's not the speed so much for me, it's just everything else. It's the time to react, which I guess is directly proportionate to your speed, but everybody else's speed merging and just all of the social collaboration and navigation aspect of it. I'm just not used to it. I know I will get used to it. I know it'll come with time. I know it'll get better as I do it, but I'm just not used to it yet. And I'm trying to appreciate this moment, trying to appreciate this part of my journey where it feels very foreign, because it's not gonna be like this forever. I'm sure I'm gonna take it for granted sooner than I give myself credit for. I actually was talking to my father-in-law a little bit more about me. I am married. I was talking to my father-in-law yesterday, and he said that the first time that he really truly felt comfortable on his bike was after he took it from Vegas to Sturgis. He rode 2 up with his wife, Sturgis, and didn't feel comfortable on his bike. So he got over the mental hurdle knowing that it would make him better, and he did it. So, hello mental hurdle. Be prepared to become a physical hurdle, because I'm about to get on the 215 south. We're going to the Target. I call it the bougie Target. We're going to the Target on Flamingo and the 215. I love that Target. It is very pretty. And it is the closest Target to Summerlin South, which is very bougie. So it is very bougie to match its demographic and geographic location. Alright, so we're only going 55 on the on-ramp. This is a curved on-ramp, so got a little bit of lane. The wind is unfortunate. Going the speed limit now. No one in this lane. Very, very bumpy. And we're on the freeway. And see, I'm going 68 miles an hour. And that Chevy Traverse just passed me going at least 7 or 8 miles an hour faster than me. So we're just going to stay in the right lane for now. It is very, very windy today. And see from my camera position, so my touring windshield that I just put on is where my camera is. And as you can tell from my body position, I sit much higher than the windshield. I'm a very tall human. And all this wind is just me in the chest and face. This is a little ducking down like this. I don't feel comfortable tucking and riding it. It just feels very dangerous to me. I'm not used to it yet. So I feel very disconnected from the bike in this body position. I don't know how sport bike riders do it. Honest to God, I have absolutely no idea how they full tuck and just see the world coming at them that fast through position. I just, the utmost respect and kudos to those guys that can do that. It is not me, at least not yet. And again, respect for the journey, trying to appreciate while I feel this way. One time, at least one time in my life. So, a little bit faster. That was not what I wanted to do, but I didn't have a choice because there were cars merging to my right and a car coming up on me. I didn't want to be anyone's blind spot. or following too closely. So again, speeding past this car to get out of the blind spot. My goal here is to get into this right lane. Goal achieved. I will stay out of the far right lane here because it's one of the busier parts of the 215. So there's a lot of traffic coming on and going off, and I don't want to be in the right lane. We're trying to negotiate that. So yeah, I would love to hear from some of you. You are as scared of the freeway as I am, or maybe you were at the beginning of your journey. Maybe what you did to get over it. I've listened to suggestions from other YouTubers. Oh, Moto Jitsu. That's one that I definitely forgot. He's one that I watched a lot of. In terms of like good advice to stay safe, I think he's been a good one. You know, whether you choose to listen to him or not, I think you have to respect what he says. And the fact of the matter is the guy is good at riding motorcycles and teaching other people the same. Something he suggested and something a lot of other people suggested as well is getting on the freeway, just getting right back off. That was something also. Oh, Dan the fireman. When he was teaching, what's her face? I forget her name. When he was teaching her, he's like, hey, we can hop right back off if you want, if you feel uncomfortable. Big old gusto in. The problem with that is it doesn't teach you to merge. Like maybe to negotiate one merge, maybe two, on and then back off. But if it's a freeway that adds and subtracts a lane, then you might not have to merge at all. You're just getting comfortable with the speed. And don't get me wrong, I think there is some value in that. There's a lot of attributes to riding on the freeway successfully. And speed is just one of them. So maybe you get comfortable with speed first, and then you get comfortable merging, and then you get comfortable doing all the other stuff. But for me, like I said, I don't really think it's about the speed. I'm just in a wind tunnel right now, man. There's so much wind hitting the face, and it just like pushed me to the left a little bit. As you can see, I'm in the far right-hand position on the lane, and I'm just blowing around. Like very, very sketchy. I would not feel comfortable for a long period of time, or sitting fully upright either. So I'm gonna get off the freeway. I've been on for quite a few number of exits, and just with the wind plus the number of other vehicles, I mean, it's not like crazy busy right now because it's hot on a Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, early evening. I'm sure people are doing other things. Riding on the freeway right now, barbecues and things like that. But there's still enough traffic to where I'm like getting passed by people and coming up to us, so on and so forth. So the target is pretty close to here anyway. I call this the back way to go to it. So we'll just get off here. That was by no means a white knuckle ride. That's something that thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people do every day. But oh my God, if you could see my knuckles right now. My hands were grabbing on for dear life. I was trying to stay loose because I know that those inputs go straight to the bike, which goes straight to the ground, which is probably why I was so wobbly. But man, it is so hard. I honestly think I'm gonna have to do it off camera. Well, I don't know. I think that talking to the void or the abyss, or those of you who listened, actually kind of helped calm my nerves a little bit. I do feel like when I was sitting on Cheyenne about to turn on that I was on the verge of a panic attack. I can't say I'm not on the verge of a panic attack right now, but now I already did the thing that I was panicked about, so it's not quite as bad as if I still needed to do it. So thanks for helping me get through that. People who may or may not have seen this video, I do appreciate you, or the lack of you. I would love to hear other people's thoughts about this. I have watched several videos about it, so I already know some people's thoughts, but you all, hopefully there's more of you than there are of me. More people can watch my video than I have time to watch other people's videos. Just see some perspectives and some journeys. Hopefully no bad stories. But I guess if you share them with me, that means you live to tell the tale. So share any kind of story that you'd like. I'd love to hear them all. I love this part of Vegas. In fact, for my ride home, I'm probably going to ride the back way. You know what, I for sure am. I'll show you all some of that. I told myself that to make it easiest for me, that I'm going to upload one ride at a time, like no stitching videos together, but I think I'll make an exception here. But we'll see. I don't know how long this is. So after I park the bike at Target, you'll either see a clip of me riding downtown center, or you'll see that another time. There's about 15 different ways to get from my house to work, and I will be doing those rides frequently, and I will do lots of different varieties of them, different paths of travel, so you can see them all. I am lightheaded between the anxiety or panic. I'm going to let you go because I don't want to know. There's no, okay, I'm not going to let you go. You basically just stopped in the middle of the road. That's cool. Between the panic and the heat and the lack of, things to drink while I'm riding, I feel lightheaded. So maybe I won't do another video. We'll see. I am going to park my motorcycle. You know what? We're not going to go there. We're going to go somewhere towards the back. And then I will see you at a later date. Thank you, just like last time, for tuning in. I hope that we have lots more time together on our YouTube journey through being a beginning motorcyclist. But for now, I am TH, aka Thunderhips, aka Thunder, signing off. Have a great day, everybody.